Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast, Friday solo podcast episode with Alicia. All right, you guys, I feel like I have a lot to say. What else is new? I'm on a little bit of a coffee high. I actually just got off the phone with my mother. It's so hard to fix your hair why am I even trying to fix it? Off the phone with my mom, and she was like, "How many coffees have you had?" I was like, "3." And she's like, I can tell, but I normally have 3 coffees. So I actually just feel a little bit energetic, which is nice. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, I feel like I've been struggling a little bit with my energy the last couple of years. And that's that's something I value so much. So for me, not having energy is like unacceptable. Acceptable. Like I will not live that way. I will figure out what I need to do to feel great. So I was talking to my mom, thanks for asking, because my kids are going to my parents for the weekend. Oh, yeah. Super exciting. And what am I doing, you might ask? Lots of cleaning. Got lots of cleaning and gardening in the books, which is exciting. I love doing that stuff. So here's what happened as well. Wow. Because when the kids were going to my parents, so I was like, "Okay, I'm going to change your sheets. Because when you come back, you'll be all nice and clean. Like we'll shower you, and then there's nothing better than clean sheets, clean body, clean jammies, right?" And the girls' room, I'd been meaning to like kind of like deep clean for a while, like move out their beds, vacuum underneath, wipe down, wash the walls. And I just lost all control. And I have a million other things to do today. But I was like, yeah, it overtakes me. Have you guys read the book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie? That's me when it comes to cleaning sometimes. So that book is basically like you give him a cookie and he's like, "I need some milk." And then he spills the milk. So then he needs like a broom, a mop. And then when he's in the pantry looking at the mop, he sees crayons and he wants to draw a picture and it just like spirals like that. That's me with cleaning. So I'm like, "Oh, I need to do those baseboards." And then I'm like, "Oh, I need to do the walls and then the door and then the chairs and the beds." But now it's done, and that felt good. And now I'm like, okay, I need to attack the rest of my rooms in my home. It's been a while since I've done like a deep, deep, deep clean. Oh gosh, a kid just came in. She'll find me. I'm just listening to hear if there's any crying. It's a PD day here, so my kids are all home. So that's what's up with me. So what are we actually going to talk about on this podcast? We're going to talk about weight. We're going to talk about the scale. We're going to talk about my weight loss journey. Isn't this fun? So I announced on Instagram, Facebook yesterday that I hit a new low, and I just celebrated that with you guys. And I wanted to just kind of like unpack that and talk about a few things that came out of that conversation. So for those of you that I might need to be caught up on the situation, I am on a weight loss journey, a calorie deficit journey. I started this in February, and it's my first time trying to lose weight in my 40s. And I don't want to say it's harder, it's just different. And the reason why it's different is because I have less energy going out. Okay. Because I've lost some muscle tone. I am not as active. I have a desk job. My kids are older. And there's one other reason why so many doors opening and shutting. There's not only are my kids here, but like 75 of their friends. My house is always that house, but I want it to be that house, so I need to be patient with it. But it's a bit messy and loud and expensive because so many snacks. I hear feet. Okay. All right. So back to my weight loss journey. My first weight loss journey in my 40s. So basically, as I was getting into this, I realized that I was going to have to be patient with this and it was going to look a little different than I've ever lost weight before. And so I'm really taking my time. I don't have an official weigh-in day. I don't have a goal weight. I am just simply updating the internet as I hit a new low. And that feels good to me. That feels not obsessive. That feels sustainable. That feels exciting. Here's the thing about weighing yourself and how often will you weigh yourself and what emphasis you put on the scale. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no like, "Oh my God, you weigh yourself every day. That's obsessive." You can't say that for everyone. Everyone is so different. For someone, that might feel obsessive, but for someone else, that might just be data for them. So I guess before I get really into some stuff, I just want to like preface the scale conversation with, please understand that everyone is different. And what might feel obsessive to you is not necessarily obsessive to someone else. So like I said, I get on the scale every day. looking for the trend of the scale to go down. It is going down right now, which feels so good. I have upped my connectedness this week. I have just been extremely purposeful, paying attention and being intentional about sitting before I start my day, writing out what my day is going to look like, setting my intentions, checking in with my goals, moving my body, just doing all the things. And the scale is saying, great job. Your consistency is paying off. Keep going. That's what the scale is going. So that feels really good. There's no magic. There's no magic. I'm just in a good groove. And you know what? It really took me a while to kind of find my mojo, find my groove, find what kind of works for me. I almost switched my eating. So I've realized that for me, eating 4 times a day really works well, about the same amount of energy going in my body. That seems to be working really well. Having some food prepped ahead of time works really well because there's quite a few days a week where we have a lot of like tutoring and sports, and we're not sitting down as a family with a full meal. And so in those days, it's nice for me to just take a Tupperware container out and have it ready. Same as on work days when I'm home, I really love having grab and go. Having said that, I had almost convinced myself that there was certain situations where I wasn't sticking to my plan because I wanted something convenient and that would solve all my problems. But I think at the end of the day, it was what I was in my Tupperware container, maybe, that I was like, meh. So right now I eat a BLT sandwich every single day. And even though I have to make it, I'm still making it every day. So it's almost like maybe it wasn't, I just need to find the right thing. Wow. Okay. So right now I'm having a mama tea cookie in the morning. I have a BLT sandwich. I'm having a smoothie, which I'm really enjoying. I didn't think I'd be a smoothie person. So putting protein powder in my smoothie and a banana and some fruit. I had this like weird mindset about a smoothie that I didn't want. It was like I never wanted to like put a lot of calories in it. Well, then it was never delicious because there wasn't a lot of calories in it. But then when I switched my mindset around to like, no, this is like your meal. Now, everyone, don't be like, oh my gosh, she's doing meal shake replacements. That's not it. It's just like, that's my snack. That's my meal. I'm upping the stuff in it. So there's lots of energy in there. So I have like a chocolate banana one, which I really enjoy, but then Piper made one the other day that was like strawberry, mango, vanilla. That was really good. So I'm just playing around with smoothies. And I think because the weather's warmer out, I'm really enjoying having that as one of my meals. And then I have fallen back in love with taco salad. So it's like I switched my eating to summer eating. I find in the winters, I prefer like cooked warm veggies and meals. And in the summer, I really enjoy a salad. So I've been having taco salad. So I feel like I really found my groove again with my routine with food and just focusing on that, getting my water in, getting my movement in. Anyways, I have momentum right now. I have momentum and it feels good. Now, because my kids are gone, I'm going out to dinner. Nothing wrong with going out to dinner. I can go out to dinner. There has been a little bit of noise in my brain saying, oh shit, like you have had so much progress. The scale's going down. How are you going to navigate this meal out? And it's like a dinner out, a big night. And I need to just like pause and calm down and remind myself that anything can coexist with weight loss. Here's what I don't want to happen is for me to lose control while we go out to eat. And what I mean by that is just like consume so much energy. We are going out really late. I also need to decide if alcohol is going to be a part of my night. I really have in 2024 reduced my alcohol consumption. And again, that goes towards my overall goal of just health and feeling my best and having more energy. I haven't been sleeping great when I put alcohol in my body, and then that really impacts me for a couple of days. So at the end of the day, it's not that. Here's what's important. I'm not saying, oh, you can't have that because you're trying to lose weight. That's not the language I'm using. At the end of the day, I am just going to evaluate the situation and then I'm going to choose. Like I can choose a calorie deficit tomorrow. I can choose alcohol tomorrow. I can choose whatever I want. I'm the boss. I'm the adult. But I just want to make sure I'm really purposeful with my choices and that it feels worth it to me. And sometimes we get distracted by what's coming up because as I was writing in my journal this morning, I was like, whoa, why are we worried about tomorrow? What about today? How can you show up today. And then tomorrow, when you're writing in your journal, you can figure out how are you going to show up tomorrow. Okay. This podcast is about everything and anything, but I feel deep down inside that you guys love to hear all of the things. So let's go back to the scale. So I shared on the internet that I hit the low, and I had a few people asking me how much I weighed, how much I'd lost. And I really I don't mind telling you, I just don't think it's relevant. And sometimes people it's only relevant to me. And we get distracted by how much someone else weighs or the rate in which someone else is losing weight. So I lost about 6 pounds in the last 3 months, which I'm super happy with. That was my goal. Once I sat down with this and really started to reflect on what I wanted, how I wanted to feel, what it looks like after I dabbled a little bit and really understood what it was going to be like to lose weight in my 40s, I had said to myself, 2 pounds a week would be incredible. Okay, so I'm right on track and I'm so happy. And I'm going to just keep on keeping on. I'm not going to let the noise of, but summer is coming. Nope, you got this, Alicia. So 6 pounds, 2 pounds a week-ish is what I am going, or sorry, 2 pounds a month. And then let's talk about 2 pounds a week, because that used to be like what we would expect. Let's remind ourselves that 2 pounds a week comes from an extreme calorie deficit. And or you are someone who has a lot of energy, you have a lot of fat on your body. That is a different conversation. The rate in your weight loss is just naturally going to be larger. But remember, if we really took the percent, so like the percent that you lost versus the percent you weigh, and then someone else that doesn't have as much fat on their body, when you compare the percentages, they're probably ish the same. Right? So that's a little bit of math for you guys. It's important that you compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. So if you have someone that has 200 extra pounds on their body versus 20, the person that has 200 extra pounds on their body, the pounds lost is going to be faster, just naturally, but maybe the percent is going to be similar. Wow. Who knew this was going to turn into a math lesson? So could I lose weight faster? Absolutely. But that's not the goal. Imagine, you guys, that the goal is not to lose weight as fast as possible. Because when that's the goal, you're feeling deprived and you're doing things for weight loss alone. And we don't want to do that anymore. And so I don't want to do what it would take to lose 2 pounds a week. You see the difference? And so I'm just doing my thing, committed to a moderate calorie deficit while living my best life, while enjoying myself, and while not putting my life on hold. So that's kind of what's going on with that. And I did have a question about the last 10 pounds. And someone said, oh, the last 10 pounds, like, how do I get this off? And before I give you guys some tips on how to take off the last 10 pounds, I want to remind you that the last 10 pounds is just a perception. Like there's no number, there's no look that says you're at your last 10 pounds. Like, no, literally pretty much everyone on this planet could lose 10 more pounds. So what makes it their last 10 pounds? It's just your perspective, your opinion. So just reminding you of that it is if you are really chasing this last 10 pounds, that's your opinion. Okay. And that you don't need or have to lose 10 pounds. Make sure you want to lose 10 pounds. Also, make sure you want to do what it would require to lose 10 pounds. And I want you to take some time to be like, how would this impact my day-to-day life? Why do I want this 10 pounds? And better make sure it's good. Okay. And not like, well, that was my lowest weight, or well, like, no, like, will losing more weight increase the quality of your life on a day-to-day basis? Like, do you really want this? Just making sure you don't have to. And then if you're like, no, Alicia, checking all the boxes, I want this, I know I can do this, great. Here's my advice. So when you first start a weight loss journey, for most people, you don't have to be it's pretty simple, consume less energy. Okay. And usually if you're going from like someone that's like not active and, you're eating a lot of, high energy foods, and you just make some small changes, the weight loss is going to start, right? Usually that happens at the beginning of your journey. But if you're someone without a lot of extra fat on your body, all that means is you're not consuming more energy than your body needs, right? And so I don't want to say you need. My advice is to focus on those top 5% things. So these are the things that sometimes they're the shiny things that sometimes people get distracted with when they're on their weight loss journey. Okay. So first thing is be consistent. That's the first thing. Be consistent, consistently consistent. And if you're on the last 10 pounds, you are just going to need to be relentlessly consistent. That's the first thing. The second thing is let's look at those top 5% things. So the little that's going to move the mark just a little tiny bit. So things like protein. So protein is the macronutrient that you requires the most amount of energy to digest. Building muscle. Okay. Now, this is something, especially for women in their 40s, especially for if you're wanting to age independently, that should be a priority. So the more muscle you have in your body, the more energy your body requires in a day to be you. So if I was going to start weight training and I added 5 pounds of muscle into my body and I lived the exact same life without those 5 extra pounds of muscle, I'm going to burn more energy with the muscle. Okay. It's just muscles require more energy to function in your body. Move. Can you do a little bit more steps? I'm just going to look at my list here. I'd written it on my phone. So, are you doing 8,000 steps a day? Can you move it to 10,000? Like, where are we at with that? Is there room for more steps in your life? Okay, I have my list here. Quality of food. So if you're on those like last 10 pounds, maybe focusing on the quality of your food. So minimally processed food, fruits, veggies, lean proteins, maybe really looking into that area. Sleep, water, vitamins, minerals, like supplements. Okay. These are all like top 5% things that can move the mark a little bit that become more important when you're on the last 10 pounds. Ironically, these are also more things I'm finding are more important with weight loss in my 40s. Because in my 20s, if I didn't sleep, it was fine. I still had enough energy. But now it makes a big difference. I don't drink enough water. I don't have energy. Like, it's just like I need to be more aware and I can't get away with what I used to be able to get away with. So there you go, everyone. There's my little pep talk about the last 10 pounds and my tips on how to lose them. My little pep talk about getting on the scale, the rate of weight loss. And I hope that you, as you guys are listening to podcasts like this, that you're finding yourself in this and that the message that you're taking away from this is that I do not have to lose weight. If I choose to lose weight because I feel like it will improve the quality of my life, I can do this without it sucking. And I might have to accept a slower rate of weight loss if that's my goal. Okay. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. That you can get on the scale once a day, once a week, once a month, never. That's up to you. You are the boss and there's no right or wrong. Okay. All right, everyone. I hope you guys have an incredible Friday. The sun is shining big here. And I just cannot wait to enjoy that a little bit and get outside and get some sunshine on my face. I hope you guys do the same. Nothing better than a walk outside in the sun for your physical and mental health. And of course, I will continue to update you guys on my personal weight loss journey. And I will be back the next time I have a new low on the scale to celebrate with you guys. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Bye. Yeah.